In this video, I'm going to present you MQTT-XES. This is a Java library for real-time telemetry for process mining purposes. So let's say that we have several processes running over different locations, and we want to be able to collect the data from these processes and analyze it. Then we can instrument the logging of these processes using MQTT-XES in order to collect all this data and send it to an MQTT broker. But then using MQTT-XES, it's also possible to consume data from a broker in order to do some real-time process mining. For example, we can register to all the executions, all the events referring to process 1 over different branches, or we can register to all the processes being performed at one specific branch. An example of possible operations are, for example, calculating the conformity of one process with respect to the reference model. We can collect general statistics, for example, for each branch or for a process over different branches. And then we can do also the cross-branch model repair, meaning that we can check if there are deviations of one process in one branch, and maybe we can include these variations on the same process over different branches in order to prevent future issues. As we said, MQTT-XES is a Java library, so let's briefly see how we can use it. First of all, it's necessary to construct the client for sending this information. And this client requires the URL of the MQTT broker. In this case, we are using broker.hivemq.com. Then, once the client is connected, we can construct our events. For example, in this case, I'm constructing a new event by hand by specifying the process ID, the case ID, and the activity name. And then we can add a bunch of attributes that are part either of the event or of the trace. And we can manipulate all the events as using the methods provided. Once our event is prepared, we can just send it. And in real time, it will be sent to the broker and notified to all the connected clients. The library is fully compatible with OpenXES library. So if we have our X-event object, we can just import all attributes from X-event in the events that are being sent. Once the session is over, we can just call the disconnect method on the client to disconnect from the broker. As a proof of concept, we implemented a small system that parses static logs and sends corresponding events to a standard broker. So this is an MQTT web client, and if we connect to such a client and we subscribe to the topic where we're sending the events, we can see that all these events are being sent indeed. And we also implemented a Grafana dashboard, which is publicly available, which is parsing all the events coming from these different streams, showing some basic statistics